Okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. I'm Mike Terry, and this is the NoName podcast. I'm your co-host. As you can see, my fellow co-host isn't with me here today. I'm going to miss him dearly. They bring so much energy to the show. He has to work today. You know, it happens to everybody. So I'll be holding this down, POP, holding it down. It's got a lot of good things, though, happening, man. We're streaming live to you. Right now, I'm just going to get the live from our YouTube or from the YouTube at C2C, and I'm going to share that to the Facebook. Not the Facebook. That's how old people say it, but I'm going to share it to Facebook so we can get some more people listening in. Where is he? Just tag Jaxn. Oh, sorry. Dead air is not a good thing. I don't mean to leave you guys hanging. Let me just let you know we're streaming live this is the YouTube live stream. If you're watching, you can find that at C2C Indie Radio. You can go on Facebook and follow the page at CTWOC Indie Radio. Got a lot of positive things going on here. There's an Instagram, C2C Indie Radio, and you can also listen on the website or app. But if you want to watch the podcast and see our faces and see what's going on behind the screen, then just come on over to the YouTube live stream. Also it's not just comedy. On C2C Indie Radio, they got hip hop, they got R&B, they got jazz. They got rock coming if it's not already there. And you could find this podcast on the comedy and poetry page. A lot of fun things. We also have a call-in number if you want to call in and talk about your day. Or we've started to have questions that people can call in and comment on. Like say if you have a story about the craziest thing you've seen on the street. You know, you can call in and let us know what that was all about, you know, or like maybe something that you've seen or heard that you didn't pay much attention to, but it sticks with you to this very day from your school years. That's something people can call in and comment about, or just tell us how your day is going, say hi, or if you got a business you want to promote, you can let us know that too. Sorry, I'm not the best at multitasking. I'm trying to type and host the podcast, but it's not going as well as I wanted it to be. Let me see. I'm going to try to ramble as I just finish this up, holding it down, man. YouTube live stream here. That's pretty simple. YouTube live stream. Link here. YouTube live stream here. And I'm going to I think that's good right there. NoName podcast, holding it down, man. YouTube live stream link here, everybody. And see, it looks so much better when one person's talking and then the other person's doing it. This is episode 7, by the way. This is all right, man. This is a blessing. We made it to 7 episodes so far. All right. Yeah, man. As you can see behind me, there's my Facebook. My Facebook page is right there. Mike Terry. You can follow me there. You can also follow me on Instagram at MikeTerry7. And my co-host Jaxn, his fishing page, his Instagram fishing page is right there at MrJaxnBeFishing. You can follow him there. He has a lot of different things for you to check out. He posts about fishes that he catch. He posts about fish that he catch. Also, I know he does. He makes like videos and stuff like that. Clips of movies that make him laugh to this very day. I think that's more so on his comedy page, Instagram page, which is MrJaxn1. So, but yeah, a lot of things that you can check out. You can follow us, stuff like that, see where we're going, all that kind of things. And on my Instagram page, it's mostly just my comedy page. I post about comedy shows that I got going on, or post about this podcast, but pretty much that's about it. I'm a humble man, if you will. I don't know. I should probably post more, but not even who cares. I'm not about to do all that.
You sound like me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in today's age, you have to post. You got to be on social media.
Yeah. Yep. I appreciate y'all. You are hearing the voice of our, I don't even, if I call you executive, is Ken and Mike. They both awesome. Our engineer, our producer, the promoter also, a jack of all trades, people. He's here today in the studio with me. We're going to run this down, man. Want to talk about Syracuse before I get into topics that I got to discuss. Just to let you know, there is some direction with this podcast. I'm not just up here rambling. But Syracuse, I'm 29. I've lived in Syracuse all my life. It's always been home. You know, it's always been home. You know, I've heard mixed reviews. You know, people have their own opinions of Syracuse. I don't know. That's the best way I can say it. It's always been home. You know, I know people say there's nothing to do here, but I'm like, I like certain, like I like hidden gems. You know, there's like hidden gems in Syracuse, places that maybe, you know, not too many people know about, but you can go, you can have a good time, or maybe get some good food. Like we shouted out CJ's Fish Fry a couple weeks ago. That's what I would call a hidden gem. I would name another place, but I never got to eat there. It was a place called Riley's. I believe that was on Park Street. I don't know if people know about that, but years ago, stumbled upon that place. But also, that's something you guys can call in with if you know about any hidden gems in Syracuse. Spread the word. Syracuse has always been home, man. You know, for me, mainly, I just, you know, keep to myself. I don't know, man. There's a lot of craziness out there that I don't, you know, I'm not trying to, let me not ramble a little bit. I'm just saying, Syracuse has always been home. You know, I got family that were blessed to move and stuff like that. That's awesome for them. You know, family in North Carolina, shout out North Carolina, you know, and I'm gonna get on the topic of comedians leaving Syracuse also to try to further their career, which is awesome. Yeah, man, Syracuse has been always home. You know, comedy. Started out doing comedy here in Syracuse, New York. It was a location called Wise Guys on it's on State Street, I believe. Yeah, South State Street. And it was pretty cool, man. I remember going there. I don't know if I've told this story on this podcast yet, but I remember the first time I went there to sign up and stuff like that. And didn't know anything that was going on. Just knew there was an open mic there. And I went to the bar and, you know what I mean? I asked the bar guy, I was like, hey, you know, here for an open mic. And he was like, how old are you? And I think I was like 19 at the time. And then he told me I couldn't be in the establishment at that point. But then for some reason, I remember it was another comedian, shout out Rasta McNasty, pulled me to the side afterwards and stuff like that. He was like, oh no, you don't, next time just come over here. Don't go to the bar attendant, you know what I mean? Because then he gonna tell you that you can't come because you're underage. So it was just let me know from here on out, come over here, let us know that you're doing comedy, sign up. And I remember that first night, I ended up just watching the performances go down. I remember Ike Buzz performing. I remember, AJ Foster was there. Shout out to AJ Foster, Rasta McNasty. Shout out to them, man. I remember those were some of the first people I seen. Also Sabrina was there. Sabrina the Comedy Diva. A lot of talented people, man. And I remember that just being an encouraging moment. Although I didn't get to perform, it was encouraging because I got to see that there's other talented people in Syracuse, you know, who are also trying to make that move. So that was pretty cool. And that's a bill collector calling me. For some reason, they will not get the message. They've been calling me for 10 months. Still haven't received payment, but that's neither here nor there. I'm sure everybody's had that problem before. Oh, you got to call her. All right. Bail me out.
Call from
Jaxn.
Oh, Jaxn, the co-host. of the NoName podcast, everybody. Welcome, Mr. No, not Mr., but welcome, Jaxn, man.
Yo,
I appreciate you. I'm 10 minutes in, bro. I'm 10 minutes in. How you doing, bro?
That's what's up. I'm good, man. I'm good. I looked on YouTube to make sure we starting on time.
Absolutely.
I see we on time. What up, Ken?
What's going on? What's
Shout
going
out,
on,
Mike.
man?
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
Yes,
man. I had to call and show you support, man. And I like the way it's set up. It's looking real nice, looking real good.
Appreciate you,
Told
man.
you you got this.
Appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I'm
I ain't gonna. Brother was a little nervous.
As I'm driving to work.
Right.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it took my day off, man. I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But the good thing is, call in, still be able to say what up to everybody.
Yeah, man. Yeah, appreciate that a lot, bro.
I'm on my way to work as I hit a traffic jam. Here we go with this.
Okay, dang. Ran right into it.
All right, so yeah.
Nah,
Yeah, man. So yeah. Let you know, man. You're holding it down right now.
I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Also shared the link out to Facebook so they can join us as well.
All right, good.
Yeah, but appreciate you,
Good.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
All right,
is
man.
encouraging.
I'm gonna keep watching the show. I'm stuck in traffic now. So
All right.
keep watching the show. But yeah, you're doing your thing. Doing
All
your
right.
thing, brother.
Thanks, bro. All right, peace
All right.
out, man.
All right, John. Peace.
Later, man.
Nice. That was encouraging, man. All right. Our co-host, Jaxn, for those who weren't able to hear it, the co-host of the podcast, that's his Instagram page to the right of me, depending on where you're standing. Also, the call-in number, once again, people, 315-925-7262. You can call about topics. You can call about, things, craziest thing you've seen on the street, something that stuck with you through your days of middle school or elementary or high school, something that you didn't pay attention to but sticks to you to this day. You can say hi. You could just call in and help a nigga out if you want, just to also talk in here. But yeah, man, talked about comedy, talked about Syracuse, man. I want to get into some topics, some things that we try to bring up on the show. Yeah, for those who don't know, this is a comedy podcast. We're just here to make you laugh. Well, I keep saying we're. I'm here to make you laugh. Maybe give you something to look forward to at the end of your week. A boost of positivity, if possible. You know what I mean? I'm here. We're not here to ridicule anybody or anything like that. Just not talking about any super touchy topics like religion or politics. Just comedy, local stuff, and things that we find funny, for the most part. So, first thing I wanted to get into, we have a regular caller, if you will. Her name's Jackie. Shout out Jackie. She called in last week and she gave us food for thought. She said her and her sons were having a conversation about what black movies that everybody loves are underrated, or overrated. Which ones are overrated? She came up with some, like, I think it was Soul Food. I think she said Love Jones. And immediately I thought, all right, I'm going to have some homework. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to watch a bunch of black movies. I'm going to be honest, people, I didn't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jackie. I got nothing but love for you. I just didn't do it.
Jackie right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's you. Okay. All right. I didn't know. All right. Well, I appreciate you, Jackie. Yeah, she's in the studio. That was a sneak surprise. I didn't even know that. All right. I was speaking with immunity. Nah, man. But I looked up on YouTube and, looked up like top 10 black movies everybody loves. And I went through my own recollection. I'm going to be honest. I couldn't find like any, like ones that everybody knows. I couldn't find one that I would say is underrated or overrated rather. Because I'm going to just list off. I'm going to list off the ones that I'm familiar with that I think everybody loves. And maybe this is a little too millennial, but I'll say, no. Is I Am Legend really a black movie? It's not. It's just a movie with, that qualifies? All right. Well, we'll qualify I Am Legend. I'll go, what is it? Boys in the Hood. Solid. Poetic Justice. Solid. And you also got to give it a bonus because Tupac is in it. What else? I'm trying to think of ones that, what is it? Wait, Kane. What's his name? Minister Society, that was good. What was that other one where he jumped in the dude's car when he was at the drive-through, and he took his, he had the nice watch, he had the nice car, and it was the dude, something last name Turner. And I'm trying to remember that movie. It was a jump where the dude was getting stumped out. Dang, I'm over here. I'm asking y'all to help me with my thoughts and jump. My apologies. But now there's a lot of different movies, man. But I couldn't find one that's like that's overrated. So I will say, I mean, nowadays, what I can say, one movie that is overrated nowadays, like Titanic, but that's getting off topic if I go into that realm. Like movies we can do without. Maybe that's a different list. Kind of movies could we do without? Like the world, we'll be fine if they didn't make it. I'm trying to think what movies. If Jaxn was here, he would say, "I Got the Hookup." He would say that's a movie the world could do without. I'm sure he would say that. It's a movie that the world could do without. I don't want to. All right, I'm going off into a tangent just a little bit, but I couldn't find one, man. And anyone that I would rate as overrated is movies that I haven't seen. So I feel like that's not doing a good justice to that. But hey, let me try to stay on it. My favorite black movies, I'll say. I can't say Big Mama's House anymore. I respect it, but I'm like, after a while, you just get tired of dudes in dresses. You respect, I respect Martin by all means. But a Black Friday is a favorite black movie. That's what else do I got? Especially a movie that's gonna make me laugh. Life. I think we already talked about that on the podcast, but. Is that one scene when Martin Lawrence is they're both standing on the bottles and his toe slips in? It gets me every time. It's just mad funny to me, Also, Eddie Murphy talking about, he said he was talking about his dad hung himself in prison. That wasn't funny, but for some reason it meant something to me. But what else? It's a lot of different movies, man. Freaking The Wood. The Wood was good.
Yeah.
I like that one. Yeah, I would. I don't know. I felt like that one dude with the Jerry curls represented.
Good enough for Juice?
Juice is good. Juice is always a classic. He was in a couple movies. Tupac was in a couple movies, wasn't he? He was in Juice. He was in.
One with Janet Jackson.
Yeah, Poetic Justice. He was in Gridlock with Tim Roth. And it's crazy because he was only like, I think 25 when he passed. Biggie was 24 when it's freaking crazy, man. They be blessed to be able to do so much in such a compact time, but I think that also, affects their memory in a positive light, But I don't know. People always ask, I think some people still think Tupac's alive. I don't even know where I stand on it anymore, to be honest. Like, that was what? 1997 he passed, and we're here 10 years, 20 years even. 2017 would have been 20 years. It's 4 years since, so that's 24 years since Tupac has passed. R.I.P. I don't know, man. Wouldn't that be interesting though? You just hear random albums being dropped. You're like, damn, that sound like Tupac. That sound just like Tupac. But his name's Cool Jack. I tried to mess up his name. Tupac. You get it. I don't need to sit here and struggle all day. I think you understood the point I was trying to make. But nobody makes that argument for Biggie. They're like, nah, that man's dead. Like, with all due respect. They're like, nah, he's gone. But I don't know, man. That's what I got for black movies at this point, man. If I can think of, can y'all think of any of y'all think is overrated or any favorite black movies? Do I think?
Are you speaking just comedy? She said, "Get Out." I don't know. Have you seen
Get Out? I watched Get Out. I like Get Out. I definitely like Get Out. Us was good too.
I didn't see that.
I kind of it had a turn at the end. I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but I was like, damn. I'm gonna just say it like that. I was like, damn, I didn't see that coming. That was a sharp one.
I have to watch Us. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it is worth watching. It's worth watching. I know Jordan Peele has been doing a lot, man. He's I know he recreated the Twilight Zone. He had that. And then also there was something I was watching recently. Because he's acting, not acting, but he'll be directing stuff. Sometimes you won't even notice. But I don't know. He's working, man. He's doing a lot of things. But yeah, Twilight Zone, I think that originated in like the 40s or the 50s or something like that originally. But I just remember it was on Netflix one day, but the color was in white and black. So I was like, yeah, this is old. And they was talking about Syracuse. So I was like, yeah, this is really old. This was back when we had the trains going down in the street and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, but nah, that's cool, man. I'm all for,
I forgot that. Yeah, he is.
I'm all for artists, but I'm all for black artists in a sense of self-empowerment. This isn't shitting on white artists or anything. It's just saying, yeah, I mean, it's nothing like pulling your own people up, man. I understand we're all, not going to a tangent. I understand we're all, in this fight together. But, it's just, let me not get the podcast canceled by having my own opinion and stuff like that. I love everybody. I honestly do. Yeah, man. Another thing I want to talk about, man, is like comedy. Being a comedian, I see it as a blessing. I truly see it as a blessing. But one thing that's always kind of irritated me is telling people that I do comedy, and then sometimes the reactions that I'll get. Like I remember my first problem, so to speak. I remember I was in high school and I was getting ready to do the talent show, and I remember there was another kid who was about to perform also or something like that, or he was just watching in the back. And, he was like, what you about to do? What you about to go ahead and do for the talent show? And I'm like, I'm going to do some stand-up comedy. It's like, oh, word? You don't look like a comedian. Hey, tell me a joke. And I was like, what? What does that mean? And I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. What do you like to do? He was like, I play basketball. I'm like, all right, I don't now feel propelled to tell you to dribble a basketball in front of me. I'm not trying to make you prove it. Like, But then I went out there, ate my shit, as comedians say, which means you did a terrible job to your your standards. But who really won? I guess it would be him, at least until the next year where I did a decent job. But for me, that's a common thing that I hear, man. Is you don't look like a comedian, or you don't seem like a comedian, or you don't act like, because I'm calm, cool, and collected. Like not many people know, but I'm calm, cool, and collected. I don't walk the streets yelling and screaming. Like, I guess, that's what I've been told a comedian is, or how he acts. He's loud and, talks a lot and, stuff like that. So, but yeah, calm, cool, collected. But I don't know. I love comedy, man. I really love comedy. But I don't know. Nowadays, I don't really have those reactions as much. I don't think I had to tell as many people now. Now that, Facebook and Instagram is, on the rise, or not on the rise, but prevalent. Yeah, this is I'm sorry, people, this is live and this is happening. I hope that people watching are laughing, or at least enjoying it, with pure hearts. But yeah, man, this is going well. The mic is louder all of a sudden. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, man. But other things I wanted to talk about, man, is favorite type of crowds doing comedy. Because when you do comedy, you you encounter it's people. You're performing in front of people, so a lot of things can impact the crowd, whether it be what kind of day they're having. That could mean they're more ready to listen to jokes, or they may be in the mindset of I just need to go and hear some laughs. You'll get different types of crowds. Somebody could be having a good day and they may be more willing to hear jokes. Somebody could be having a bad day and not as willing to hear jokes. Or, you could just get the crowd that wants you to prove your worth, so to speak. As Jaxn would say, the guy with his arms folded, But like, for me, my favorite type of crowd, I like the crowds where you can take your time. You hit them with a joke out the gate. They know you're funny, and then they let you set up your punchlines and stuff like that. They walk with you along the journey, and they enjoy it. They laugh. that's the one that I would prefer, so to speak. Now I feel like I would be blessed to do good at, with any crowd and stuff like that, but of course there's crowds that, maybe is a little tougher. It's a little tougher to perform or something like that, or it's, you got to give yourself a little pep talk. Like there's, I performed in front of audiences where I grabbed the mic and they're already talking, whether it be because, something just happened in the audience, or whether because I'm the host, maybe that's the reason. But you gotta, in those scenarios, you try to grab everybody's attention, let them know that a comedy show is starting. If you're hosting, you throw out a couple jokes, you know what I mean? You start, doing any announcements that you have to do, and then you get the show started, but, yeah, there's different. But I mean, if you want to break it down, and say, would I prefer like a white audience or a black audience? I actually prefer like performing in front of everybody, like a little bit of everything. That's what I call like a well-blended audience. You know what I mean? Whether it's, you got some white people over here, some black people, you got some Asian people, some Hispanic people. I like that because I can go different places with the comedy. I can touch on different topics and subjects and stuff like that, because the difference in people will make it more relatable. This person can relate to it, and maybe I'm educating this person over here. There's a lot of different things you can do with that. So just want to remind everybody the call-in number is 315-925-7262. That is also the sign that I'm running out of ideas. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. I'm grateful to be able to have this opportunity. Got a podcast. We can sit here and talk and all that stuff, man. Let me not wander my thoughts too much. Also, it's a new Halloween movie coming out, people. I don't know if anybody's seen the first remake, or not first remake, but the most recent Halloween. I think that came out in 2018, 2019. I liked it a lot.
What are we up to now? I think I stopped probably after the 5th one, maybe.
It's probably like 8. I don't know if they're trying to catch Jaxn. I'm not sure if that's the goal.
I'm getting confused.
Because I liked it a lot. It was there was one scene where Michael Myers, the guy was trying to get away from him, and it was in the backyard of somebody's house or something like that, and the kid was drunk, and he was trying to get away from him, and they had like a gate, and it was a sharp gate and stuff like that. It was like a point at the top of the gate, and then Mike Myers freaking grabbed him and then just kind of hung him as if he was like hanging him on a pole and stuff like that. And I remember just saying that, like, damn, that was freaking ill. That was like I don't know, he's done that before, but I'm like, damn, that's something for the teens to yell and scream at or something like that. But it was a good movie. I don't know. I remember seeing that and then seeing the ending. I don't know if people I'm sure people have watched it, but I remember seeing the ending and thinking, oh, wow, they're actually going to kill him this time. And then I remember when they flashed back, after they showed the family leaving, and then they flashed back to the furnace and he wasn't there. I'm like, okay, they about to make another movie. It's about to happen.
Just looked it up. They're up to 13.
The 13th coming. Oh, this is the 13th movie?
The 12th movie. They have another one coming on the 2022. It's called Halloween Ends.
Oh, okay. So we already
number 13. This one that you're mentioning would be number 12.
Okay. So the fact that they got another movie, I'm feeling they can go two different ways with it. Because this one's Halloween Kills or something like that. Halloween Kills. Then they got another one. We're finding out that it's going to be Halloween Ends. So it's interesting because I've actually got the whole set of Halloween movies at my house. So I've actually got some research on the subject. I remember
back to the original 78.
Yeah,
that's the first. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the first one when they had a freaking Chevy or something like that. They had a car. I don't know if people. I don't feel like a lot of people know that joint. This man,
until you said it.
Yeah, this man had a freaking car and was driving to his next victim. I'm like, that took away some credibility just a little bit. But in the fourth movie, Mike Myers, I believe it was the fourth movie, he ended up kind of dying to a degree. But the thing is, he transferred his spirit to another person. And then it kind of started up again. So I'm like, all right, so that's interesting. That's some ways that they can kind of go with this new movie. Not to ruin it for anybody who has seen it or wants to see it, but I'm like, they could either kill him and then send his spirit to another, another freaking body, or it could be possible where they actually just kill him. And then the second movie is just like, hey, we're done with him now. We have our own lives back. But, I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. But it's interesting, though. It's interesting. Okay, all right. I don't know. It's very interesting, man. There's a lot of different movies. I remember Freddy versus Jason. That was a big, scary movie. But I mean, I don't even think it was necessarily scary when it got released. It was more so just like, a movie that people wanted to see, like a teen movie, so to speak. I remember watching that with my brothers numerous times. And, I remember, movies that I wanted to see, horror movies that I wanted to see. Like I always wanted to see Jason versus Mike Myers. I remember people saying they wanted to see, what's his name? Not Chainsaw, but the dude from the Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know his actual name, but that guy versus Jason, I don't think anybody wanted to see the leprechaun face anybody, though. I don't think that would be a fair fight. Dude's like 3'2" at some point, you know what I mean? But I don't know. We were thinking, me and Jaxn were talking about, like, what was a movie that really scared you, though? Like, what was a movie, that really scared me? Like, I've been thinking about it, because I could go like young. What was the movie? I remember it was one movie. What was it? Rocky 4. When he beat the hell out of Apollo Creed. My bad, I was naming a wrestler. Apollo Creed. I remember the dude Ivan beat the crap out of him, and then I was like, this is scary. I was like, I can't watch the rest of it. And I was watching the rest of it like this and shit like that with my brothers and shit. But I don't know. That was a movie that scared me as a young lad. I remember, freaking Passion of the Christ. I don't even want to tell that story, to be honest, but I just remember, it's freaking embarrassing, bruh. I just remember being really, really scared of that freaking movie, especially when the part where somebody was by a tree, and the face turned into, like, it got deformed. It turned into like a demon's face or whatever, and I remember just flinching and stuff like that right in the theater. Didn't stop me from watching it like 3 more times, though, for some reason. But it was just the fact that it was interesting, and my family kept watching it. I didn't want to stay at the house by myself. I remember being afraid of my own shadow after that jump, man. I was shook. That jump was crazy. But I don't know, man. That's something else you guys can call in with. Call in about, okay, got another caller.
Let's see.
Call from.
Hey,
Caller, you're on the
caller.
line.
Hello.
Hey, how
This
you
is
doing?
Jackie.
Hey, Jackie, how you doing?
Hey. I'm wonderful. How are you today? It's Friday.
Good. Want to welcome you to the
Okay,
NoName
so-
podcast real quick. And my bad, you can go right ahead.
I just have a question. So you were talking about the movie Halloween. So I just want to know, what's your worst or most embarrassing Halloween costumes? I don't have a worst because I always got a full costume, but I know that some people say, they only got a mask for Halloween.
Oh, okay.
And I used to laugh at those people who only had a mask because I always had a full costume, or the kids that walked around in a sheet. So,
Right.
and we're always a ghost. So do you have a worst or most embarrassing costume?
Most embarrassing. I don't know. I think there were years where I stopped trying, and I just started going outside to get candy. I think those can qualify as my most embarrassing. Where I just had a shirt on or something, like just a guy asking for candy at this point. I remember younger years, I dressed up as Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat. That was awesome. I think, me and my brothers were all different types of ninjas. I think my other brother was Scorpion, and then I think my other brother might have been I don't want to say Luke Kane, but he might have been somebody else, Rain or whatever, Reptile. But yeah, those were, you know, I would say those might be my favorite costumes. But yeah, definitely. I wish I had a better answer for you, but it was definitely the years where I gave up, and then I just started wearing. I don't even think I had a mask. I don't know. We might have just had a hat and some shirts, and then especially I don't know if people also did this trick where you go to a house and you ring the doorbell, you get the candy, and then you walk around the block, change shirts or something like that, and you come right back and then see if it works. It worked a couple of times. Some people called us on it. Have you ever done that?
Yeah. No, I can't say that I have.
Okay, that's good. You lived a good, clean life.
I'm a model citizen. Yeah,
yeah, right.
Model citizen. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Or did you ever paint your face? Just face paint.
I think we might have face painted here and there and stuff. I will say there's one story that comes up to mind, which is interesting because, you know, we're talking about Halloween, and I remember younger years. Remember going to the houses, and I forget what street it was on, but somebody was in full makeup, full gown, full everything, dressed exactly like Mike Myers, had the knife and everything, and was literally just standing there, just watching kids trick or treat. And, you know, us being kids, I remember somebody yelling out, "Walk past him." I'm like, fuck no, won't be me. Won't be me doing it. Because what if that's the real one? That's, you know what I mean? Who else is not thinking that? What if that's the freaking real one? You know?
Right. Since you said he handled his body, you know, in another movie, could have been.
Yeah, maybe he's hiding out in Syracuse. I don't know his life. He's got freaking charges. But I don't know, man. Yeah, that was just an interesting thought that came up in my mind, man. But Halloween, it's been years though since I've indulged in it, man. My own self, man. I don't know. I mean, it's not like Christmas. You don't really have to lie to your kids about it or nothing like that. Everybody knows it's mainly just to go out and get candy at this point. But yeah, that's as far as I got for the most part. But dang, I wish I had a more embarrassing costume for you.
Yeah, I don't have it either. I didn't. I was one of the kids with just the mask. I didn't grow up like Miss Hawkins on that line. Yeah.
Yeah. I would have laughed at this.
Right. Yeah, man.
You're in the face painted kids, so.
Yeah, I just had the old plastic mask, and that's about it.
Just had a matching shirt, stuff like that. Right. Try to make it do what it do, man.
Grab the pillowcase and head out.
Right. I'm over that, man.
Did you use a pillowcase to trick or treat? You didn't have a Halloween bucket?
Well, who wants to use a little pumpkin? You can only put so much in there.
Right. You use the bag.
Go empty it out and come back again. That's too much work.
Yeah.
Just take the pillowcase.
I remember my parents would look through our candy and see which ones they liked. You know, not which ones was open, but which ones they liked. I'm like, all right, they call it tithes and offering or something like that. But, I remember those days too. There was some other stuff that just came to my memory.
They like.
Right, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Halloween is a number. It's almost a month away. Away. Are you going to be indulging? And well, not you yourself, but if you have any kids, are they going to be indulging in trick-or-treating?
Yeah, my son, his favorite holiday is Halloween, and he didn't get to go last year because of COVID, so he's hoping we can go this year.
I about that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. He's
so I'll be out there.
You already got like his costume picked out, or is he still deciding?
Last minute kind of so
okay.
You know, he never knows what he wants to be on Sunday the week before. He's that kind of kid. So
okay. All right, I got you.
So I have a question. Why do you guys go out and buy costumes today when Halloween is different? I mean, you have to pretty much have on a winter coat. So what? You can't even see the costume anymore.
Yeah, in Syracuse, yeah.
Yeah,
cold.
I remember going out when we were kids. We could stay out all night with the T-shirt on, run around. Now it's like, hey, I have to have boots, gloves, and everything.
Yeah.
So what? I don't understand the fun in trick or treating anymore.
Well, I guess for him, you know, I'll layer his clothes and I'll buy his Halloween costume a size bigger. and I put, that on top of the clothes, and I drive him from house to house. So he's not, experiencing all the cold and all the rain because he's hopping, in and out of the car and running up the doors. So it's not too bad for him.
Okay. That's cool. In other words, your car has heat. That's cool. Some people. I got my AC is busted, man. I don't. It's like I want to do Uber and Lyft, but I'm like, I feel like that's going to affect my rating if somebody's in my car just sweating for 40 miles. Sorry, man. A lot of things just sprouted out when you said that. All right, but that's awesome, man. That's a blessing.
But you have heat, and the winter's coming up, and you can do, Uber with the heat on, so it'll work out.
Yeah, it'll be dope.
None of these trick-or-treaters, though.
Yeah, trick-or-treating is going to be interesting this year. Because I wonder if upon arriving at somebody's door, they're going to ask you if they're vaccinated.
Yeah.
Only vaccinated kids get candy at this house. Only vaccinated. Got to show your freaking card. Man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
That's a whole nother topic. I was going to say that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah. I'm trying not to get too far off.
That's funny.
Trying not to get too far off.
I'm going to call you every week and try to come up with something,
We appreciate that, man.
To talk about.
We appreciate that. You saw me struggling in here. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you helping out, man. I appreciate
You're doing a great job.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you calling in. That's the our one of our regulars, Jackie. Solid. Appreciate how she calls in with questions and stuff like that, man. I hope you have a great day and be blessed.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Ms. Hawkins.
Hey.
Yeah. Bye.
Nice, man. That was nice. All right, 2 callers, man. We're 40 minutes in. Yes, I'm keeping track. Yes. I'm trying to make sure I'm doing at least a good job, if not a great. But I don't know, man. Going down the line, I don't know. I feel like there's certain things only black people do. Like I don't know. At least that I know of. Haven't like I know for my family, I'll say like I think I've spoken about this on the podcast before, like leaving just, scraps of food, like maybe one piece of chicken on a full plate, and nobody's coming back for that, or leaving the little last swig of juice in the freaking cup or something like that. I don't know, man. That was a topic we wanted to bring up, but I don't know. I've been trying to think of what are other things that only black people do. Like, I'm trying not to rip off anybody's stuff. Like I know there's, I don't know, black people can be, no, that's a joke.
Let's see, what do we do?
Oh, wear socks with sandals. That's a solid. Right.
I'm guilty.
Right. Freaking, I remember my oldest brother is the one who freaking exposed me to that. He was the first one I've seen walking around the house with socks and his sandals. That was interesting. We got another call.
It's funny you said that. Someone actually said that to me when I had sandals on.
Yeah.
Call from.
What's going on, caller? Welcome to the NoName podcast. Who am I speaking with? Hello, what's going on, listener? This is the NoName podcast.
Yes,
Who am I speaking?
Yes, hello. This is your mom, and I want to say you're doing a great job.
I appreciate you. My mom, I appreciate you calling in. How's your day going?
Absolutely. When you got stuck, I was trying to text you to say check your texts. I was texting you some of the shows, but my question is, isn't this the day that Jaxn gets his challenge? Yes, I'm throwing him under the bus.
Wait, say it again. I couldn't understand you.
Is this the day Jaxn gets his challenge with the cheese twist?
Oh, it's challenge.
The hot stuff.
Oh,
challenge,
you're talking the football challenge. Yeah.
Right.
He ended up having to go to work today. So it's just me at the moment. But Ken's doing a great job helping me out. We'll have to keep that going next week. If you're listening, Jaxn, my mom said you dodged it. You dodged the challenge Because you was about to eat some hot chips this evening, I guess.
Yeah.
But
yes.
now we gonna come back to that next week, man. But yeah, this is
okay.
But I got something a little in comparison, not really comparison, but I'm gonna talk about it later. He talks about football because he's a football fan. I'm a basketball fan, so I got a little treat for everybody. At the end of the show, I'll be talking about NBA free agency, and I'll leave it at that. That way, I'll talk about it before I'm supposed to talk about it. But something to give people something else to think about. But yeah, how's everything going? I appreciate you watching, man. For those who don't know, man, I'm blessed. I'm very, very blessed, man. I have a strong support system with my family. My mom has always been helpful, always been willing to come and watch me perform. There's days, true stories, she might get embarrassed with me saying this. There's times where I'm at home and I'll hear her listening to this very podcast and laughing and enjoying it. And I don't know. Personally, I really appreciate it. I know that it's not fake. I know that it's not manufactured. I appreciate the fact that you genuinely support your sons, man, for sure.
Absolutely. Your brother Denton is down in the basement watching as well.
Oh, okay. Awesome, man. Big brother, shout out BJ. Right. Appreciate you watching too, bro. This is cool, man. But, yeah, anything else you wanted to add?
No, we already did the plug for CJ's Seafood until
yeah.
Give you the number for that.
Are there any other, sorry to cut you off, are there any other gyms in Syracuse, like what you would call a hidden gym, a nice place, but not that many people know about?
Oh, yes. Stella's on Wolfer.
Okay.
Yeah, Stella's.
Stella's on Wolf Street.
That's a good one.
I'll check that out.
And also, right there on James Street is Mother's Cupboard.
Mother's Cupboard.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a diner. Yeah. Yes. Very affordable. Very good food. Yes.
What street you said that one's on? Mother's Cupboard?
James Street.
James Street.
Right there with Thompson, in between Thompson and James. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right on James Street. I don't have the address now, but yeah.
And we're gonna need some checks for all this sponsoring we doing, all this promoting we doing.
Yes,
they're gonna have to start sponsoring the show, man. We giving everybody love.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
And I appreciate you so much, man. You've also been a consistent caller. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, there's that's funny. I didn't even think about this being, the whole Jaxn doing the not countdown, but doing his list. Forgot all about that.
Right, yeah. I remember he saying this was the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was tuning in for that.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
We
got a greater day.
I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna get 2 bags of chips for next week, and I'll do that. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you, Ma. Appreciate you calling in.
I appreciate you too. I enjoy you both. Yes.
Thank you so much. Yes. I hope you continue to have a blessed day.
Yes, I shall. Yes. Right. Okay.
All right. Take care.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Appreciate that, man. That was my mom. It's a blessing. Yeah, it's a blessing, man. Grateful to have good people around me. Yeah, we talked about stuff only black people do. Kind of I ran out of topics on that. But I don't know, man. People are leaving Syracuse, and I think it's a beautiful thing, man. Comedians, if I look at comedians, Paul Wood, shout out Paul Wood. He moved to Atlanta recently. That's gonna be a better it's gonna be a better move for him and his family, man. And I hope he does real well. Talented brother, man. I think he's been doing comedy for over a year now, for sure. So I know, talked to him recently. He said it was a smooth transition, as far as going to mics and the filling mics, it kind of just seemed like another mic. So I'm like, that's cool. That's encouraging. Also, shout out Zach Edwards. Sorry. Messed up his name. How did I do that? Shout out to Zach Edwards. He's moving to New York City today. I didn't know that, but he's probably on the road right now. And shout out to him, man. Best wishes, best of luck out there. Talented dude, man. Been grinding, been hitting the open mics, trying to connect. I know he's He's on a show with Mike Peters. I believe that's going to be part of the Homebrewed comedy series. So, you know, you could, what is his Instagram? I think it's just, if you type in Zach Wood and you look for a dude with orange facial hair and standing on the stage with a mic, you'll see him. That's his Instagram. You can follow him. He'll be posting about the comedy show. I think it's in a couple weeks. So he's a talented dude, man. Definitely go check that out. Is anybody else that is moving out of Syracuse at the time? I'm trying to think. I know people are talking about it. People have definitely been talking about it, but nobody, I don't think I've noticed anybody else who's moving out. But I know at some point I think that's going to be the move for me to move to New York City. God willing, you know, everything works out. I feel like, you know, if I'm moving, it's got to be for comedy. You know what I mean? Because that, for me, that's the end goal. That's, you know what I mean? It's not all about, you know, money or fame or anything like that. I love making people laugh. I love the fact that maybe you could walk in here having a tough day, you sit down, you watch my performance or you watch the show, and you leave with a smile or at least feeling a little bit better about your life situation or something like that, man. That's what it is about for me, you know? Like, yes, those, you know, I believe those things, do things with good intentions and all those things come in the future and stuff like that. So I definitely, you know, got a strong love for comedy. But yeah, that's all I got on this topic. As far as people moving out and stuff like that. But Funny Bone is coming back. That is a thing from what I hear. Our co-host Jaxn notified me. I think it's going to be October the 16th is their first show. And from what we've heard, you know, comedians are going to be bringing their own host and stuff like that, or maybe bringing their own host. But I'm just hoping that some way, somehow there's going to be some wiggle room to where local comedians or aspiring comedians can be able to get on the stage and, you know, showcase their talents, let people know, you know, there's some comedians going on here in Syracuse too. Some talented people in Syracuse also, you know. And, you know, that'll just be a fun thing. I love performing at Funny Bone. Crowd is always, you know, supportive for the most part, man. You know, I've been blessed to host a couple of times. I remember first show I hosted was with Gabriel Rutledge. He was the headliner. Aaron Kleiber was the feature. And I think the second, it was like weekends that I got to host Funny Bone. Weekends are, for those who don't know, this it might be Thursday, or it could be, you know, Friday, which is 2 shows on Friday and Saturday. Then there's also 1 show on Sunday. So you could be doing 4 days, you could be doing 3, and those are nice checks, to be honest, man. When you're blessed to get them. So yeah, I remember the second show, second weekend I hosted, Pat McGann was the headliner, I believe, for at least a couple of the days. And who was the feature for that one? Marty Caproni. Shout out Marty Caproni. It was a feature for that whole weekend. And I remember Ahmed was the headliner on that Sunday show. I remember he talked to me. He was a cool dude. You know, he gave me his phone number, told me to keep in touch. But then, like, I never want to be that guy. You know what I mean? I never want to be that guy who's hitting you up all the time, who's asking for pointers all the time, and you're being nice, but I'm pissing you off. You know, like I never always know how to follow up on that. As far as when comedians give you their number and say, stay in touch. Because it would be nice for, you know, you to be in a certain area and you're like, hey, I know this person lives here. So let me hit him up, see if he knows about some open mics or maybe some shows I can get on, you know, stuff like that, you know, because I do think comedy to a degree is like a brotherhood. You know, when you get good people around you, it can be like a brotherhood. You know, you try to help one another out, you know, the best that you can. You know, whether it be, you know, just an open mic, or whether it be blessing somebody to get on the show. Maybe, you know, you're up there with the big wigs and you got an actual show, and, you know, maybe a brother, you know, somebody can guest spot. Basically, there's a lot of different ways you can help somebody, is the point I'm trying to make. But yeah, that's always been an iffy thing. But shout out to all those people. Funny Bone's going to be coming back on the 16th. It's going to be Schuler King's going to be coming first. Pause. He's going to be performing first, and then the next show they're going to do is going to be with Tony Rock. He's going to be performing. Talented dude also, man. He's been performing in Syracuse for a number of years. So that's going to be interesting to see, man. It's going to be nice to see people performing once again in Syracuse. It's going to be interesting how they approach, how many people they'll have inside and all that. I believe from what I was told, it's going to be 250 allowed in out of the 300 people that they have space for. So it'd be like, 50 less people in there on a packed show. But I don't know, it's going to be interesting. I'm real excited, for the possible opportunities that could happen there just watching the show. So, look out for tickets, people, for those shows coming. Gonna be real interesting. All right, 55 minutes. Just once again, people, for those who don't know or people just tuning in, we're streaming live from C2C Indie Radio. City to city, county to county, coast to coast. That's the reach of this whole podcast. So it's not just in Syracuse. You know what I mean? We worldwide. We're worldwide out here. You know what I mean? Also, that's my Facebook on my left, Mike Terry. You can follow me there. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at MikeTerry7. I got a YouTube page right there. Hashtag Mike Terry be laughing. I'm still working out the kinks with that. Also, my co-host Jaxn, his fishing Instagram is right there. MrJaxnBeFishing, and also his Instagram or his YouTube is right below there, right below his name, Jaxn, MrJaxnBeFishing. You can check out his fishing videos and all the other content that he has there. And once again, streaming live from C2C Indie Radio, man. This is the home of local artists, all types of local artists, man. This rock, hip hop, R&B, jazz, poetry, comedy. So, there's a phrase, I don't know how biblical, but it's a poor frog that doesn't praise his own pond. So you want to know what's going on in Syracuse, you want to, people say there's nothing going on in Syracuse, check out C2C Indie Radio. Whether it's a website, whether it's the app, come check out what's going on in Syracuse. There's a lot of talented people. Just give them a listen. Give them an earful, And then closing, unfortunately, this is the end. This podcast is only supposed to be an hour at this point, but recently we've started late, so we've expanded the time to make it more worthwhile. But this one is actually going to be an hour. This is first time in a little minute, but we're picking up on it. We're getting on it. Jaxn does a thing. He does a segment at the end of each podcast, and it's called Coach Jaxn. This is not in comparison, but this is just to give you guys something, to fill that itch just a little bit. It's a little bit of sports talk. So for me, I'm a basketball fan. I have NBA free agency. The NBA season is over, but NBA free agency is in full bloom, which is interesting because you've seen a lot of different, for those who have been paying attention, you've seen a lot of different super teams form throughout the years, but you've also seen teams seen teams building for the future and also building for the right now. Like the Chicago Bulls look like they're going to be a dark horse, if you ask me. I'm not saying they're going to win the championship by all means. I'm not saying that, but they got Lonzo Ball. They got, Zach LaVine. They got DeMar DeRozan. I think Patrick Williams. They got Vujacic. I don't know his first name, Nikola. And then they got Kobe White coming off. I think he's probably going to be like six-man type material, but that's going to be interesting. I think they'll definitely make the playoffs, if you ask me. I don't know how far they're going to go. Maybe they'll make it out the second round and lose to the Nets, but, we'll see. I think that's interesting, man. There's other teams. I was looking on YouTube, and I saw the Wizards. They displayed their starting lineup. Those niggas ain't going nowhere. I'm going to be honest. They got Kyle Kuzma, art talented. They got Spencer Dinwiddie, talented. The other niggas I failed to remember because it wasn't like that. It wasn't that important. No, I'm just playing. They got freaking Montrezl Harrell, and that's everybody. That's everybody I remember. But, it's basketball. Washington's going to have a basketball team. That's all I can say. They got a basketball team. But, I don't know. Houston, who the hell's in Houston? They drafted somebody. I know they got John Wall, but I know they're working on getting him up out of there. John. Yeah, they got him. All right, look, this is what it comes down to. Brooklyn Nets. They got KD, Kyrie, Harden. Everybody knows that. And they got Blake Griffin. DeAndre Jordan just went to the Lakers, and they have friggin' Anthony Davis, LeBron James. They got Carmelo Anthony. They got freaking Russell Westbrook. There's somebody else I think they got Tucker Horton or something like that. I think I don't know if he's gonna be on the start, but they got a squad. I think that's what everybody's looking at is the Lakers and the Nets. But I do think the Bucks, you can't count them out. I'm not, Lakers and the Nets is where it's at, but that you can't say that they're not a three-headed monster at this point. Because they got Drew Holiday, strong defensive player. They got what's his name? Chris Middleton. They got Giannis Antetokounmpo, who should be a 99. And we got one more caller. There. Welcome, caller. This is the NoName podcast. Who am I speaking with today?
Miss Berry. Get about your own team. L.A.
Oh, the Clippers? Oh, yeah. Oh.
Clippers, baby.
Yeah, you're going to make me own up to it, huh?
Right. Or the Knicks.
Yeah.
I'll help you out now. Yeah.
Knicks are looking promising.
All right.
Knicks are looking promising. They got Kemba Walker. They got freaking RJ Barrett at the 2. They got some couple more people. I know they got Julius Randle again. Dang, it's not coming to my memory at the moment. I know they got Fournier. They got Mitchell Robinson. He's putting out more pounds. My bad, man. I went on a tangent. Put some more teams in my head. But I don't know. I think the NBA is going to be interesting this year. I really do. What's your favorite team again, man? Let the people know.
Lakers. L.A. Lakers.
L.A. Lakers.
That's right.
It's been like that since Shaq and Kobe, people. She's been consistent. No, he's saying that's right. I'm
also a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
L.A. Liars.
No, not L.A. Liars. Yeah, she's been consistent. She's been a fan of them since Shaq and Kobe. I remember freaking watching that game. I think it was against Philly, but I just remember Kobe doing a 360 right to the hole on a fast break, and I was freaking hooked. I was like, all right, this is a good squad. But yeah, man. Yeah, I always give you credit for that. You've always been consistent with that.
Yeah. All right.
All right, I appreciate you, man.
And the other team, the Knicks.
Yeah, the Knicks. Knicks, man. Okay. You don't have to say that out loud. No. I'm getting a little warmer on the Knicks, especially this past season. This past season where they went to the playoffs was. Excuse me, that was awesome. All right, all right, cool.
She hung up.
Appreciate Mom Dukes helping her son out one more time. Yeah. Point is, people, I think the NBA season is going to be interesting this year. Got a lot of new teams. You got your super teams. I mean, everybody's, the Warriors are coming back. They got Klay Thompson. It is interesting with Andrew Wiggins. I found out they're having problems with people who are vaccinated and not vaccinated. Not all players are vaccinated, so that's going to be interesting. But I hope that works out for the best of everybody. But I don't know. I think they're going to be an interesting team. I know Klay's he's gonna have to get some time under his belt to get his wheels back under him. But yeah, I think conference finals is going to come down to, I'll say, the Bucks versus the Nets, and it's going to be the Lakers versus, I don't know. I want to say the Clippers, but I think Kawhi is going to be out next year, and you kind of need another three-peat. So I'd like to say the Phoenix Suns, man. They made it to the finals last year, kind of snuck in to a degree, but I would love to see them repeat going to the Western Conference Finals at least. Those are my predictions for at least the conference finals for next year. So that's That's going to be interesting. Also, that's something else you guys could call in with next week. I'm about to end it. Don't worry. I'm about to end it. I know it passed the hour. I know I'll be trying to milk it just a little bit. I'm about to end it. But I'm just saying, you can call in with your predictions on what, who's going to make the conference finals or who's going to make the finals, whatever you want to do. Also, once again, craziest thing you've seen on the street, call in, let us know what that is about. It doesn't, if it's not the funniest thing, that's cool. The point is you saw something crazy and you felt like the world needed to know. So that's, there's that. Also, something that you've seen or heard that stuck with you to this very day from your school years. As we trying to make these phone calls a little more fun for people, a little more inviting. So I'm trying to give you some topics to start off with, but you can also call in with just, stories about how your day is, something you want to get off your chest, and you just call to say hello and support. But yeah, man, we talked about a lot of interesting things here. Also, the call-in number is going to be 315-925-7262. And appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate all the callers who called in. Appreciate Mom. Appreciate Jackie. Appreciate Jaxn, our co-host. We're going to keep this going, man. Jaxn will be here next week with me. We'll be back in full throttle for episode number 8. And people, unfortunately, as far as this podcast goes, I'm Mike Terry, and I'm out.